America's most economical paint finish is only $2.99.
Call today to take advantage of these great offers.
You love Papa John's better ingredients, so we're piling on the works.
Get a large Works pizza loaded with 7 delicious toppings or a large Tuscan 6-cheese pizza, just $11 each. Order now at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Tonight, deadly tornadoes strike across the South, leaving destruction and death in their wake as powerful storms sweep from Alabama to North Carolina. I'm Russ Mitchell. Also tonight, new rules in the tower. Reports of yet another sleeping air traffic controller prompts the FAA to impose new regulations and new schedules. Under siege, eyewitnesses in the embattled Libyan city of Misrata say Gaddafi's forces are using outlawed cluster bombs against civilians. And it takes a village. The anticipation mounts in Kate Middleton's hometown with less than 2 weeks to go to the royal wedding.
This is the CBS Evening News with Russ Mitchell.
And good evening. The south and southeastern parts of the country are reeling tonight from a deadly onslaught of tornadoes and powerful storms. The storm front has been sweeping from the heartland to the east coast, destroying homes and lives in its path. Tornadoes have already killed at least 17 people in 4 states, stretching from Oklahoma to Alabama. Tonight, a tornado watch is in effect in central North Carolina, where storms have already caused widespread damage. Winds up to 80 miles an hour blew through the Raleigh area, uprooting trees, knocking out power for thousands of residents, damaging numerous buildings, shredding homes in this mobile home park, and flipping cars on Interstate 95.
You couldn't see out of a window. Things were just slashing around and things were popping. In 2 or 3 minutes, it was over.
This Lowe's hardware store in Sanford, south of Raleigh, was destroyed. In Salisbury, north of Charlotte, one man said he was holding a 4-week-old baby when the storm hit. He laid the child on the living room floor and covered it with his body as the storm blew out windows and tore off part of his roof. And joining us is reporter Bo Minnick of our Raleigh affiliate WRAL-TV. He's in the town of Bethel Hill, North Carolina, about an hour and a half north of Raleigh. And Bo, what's the damage like where you are?
Well, we're in the parking lot right now of a school, the Bethel Hill Charter School. You can see there off in the distance, the gymnasium of the school has had its roof literally just torn off, and all throughout the area, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of tree limbs and twigs out, just blown all over the place. We've seen some power lines that are very low hanging right now. It's certainly an active and dangerous situation out here. Crews are working on restoring power to several hundred homes, and really it's just a very frightening experience, but thankfully no one up here was hurt. Russ?
That is good news. Bo Minnick of WRAL-TV joining us from Bethel Hill, North Carolina tonight. Thank you so much. Let's turn now to Alabama, where 7 people have died in tornadoes, including 3 members of a single family. Don Teague in Washington County, Alabama, has that part of the story.
Just one look at what used to be a home in Vinegar Bend, Alabama, is enough to see the power of the storm that roared through here. One look at this family photo, enough to realize what was lost. 5 members of the Box family and a friend were in this house when the tornado struck. Jean Box and her sons Hunter and Sheldon didn't make it out alive. Linda Smith rushed to her nephew's home after the storm.
I just ran all the way, and along where I'm standing is where I found Hunter.
This rural community is close-knit and hurting. Friday night's tornado caused widespread damage here. Smith says most everyone here is related. Today, dozens of cousins, aunts, and uncles gathered to salvage what they could and mourn for those who died, something they've already done too much of.
We've lost 9 people in our family within a 4-month time.
At nearby Fruitdale High School, teachers and classmates shed tears for Sheldon and Hunter and comforted one another.
I've seen them, grow up, and it's heartbreaking.
While at what's left of her home, 14-year-old Haley Box, alive because she was at a friend's house when the tornado hit, tried to comprehend the loss of her mother and 2 brothers. Her father and little sister are in the hospital.
I just ask people to pray for her family that we can help get through all this.
Linda Smith says this family has always relied on each other, prayer, and their faith in God. 3 things they need now. more than ever. Well, the tornado that destroyed the Box family's home and this barn was one of several that raked across the state of Alabama. And as you mentioned, they took a heavy toll, 7 dead in this state alone. The National Weather Service is still out looking at the damage to determine exactly how many storms there were and the severity of the tornadoes. Russ?
Don Teague in Washington County, Alabama. Thank you very much. Here's what else is happening tonight. There is yet another case of sleeping on the job by an air traffic controller to tell you about. This one happened today in Miami. It is the 6th sleeping incident disclosed by the FAA since mid-February. And this afternoon, the federal government took action. Chief White House correspondent Chip Reed has more.
The latest instance of an air traffic controller caught sleeping on the job happened early this morning in Miami at a facility that handles high-altitude traffic. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, the controller did not miss any calls from aircraft and there was no operational impact. But in less than 2 months, controllers have now been found sleeping in 6 cities: Seattle, Reno, Nevada, Lubbock, Texas, Knoxville, Tennessee, Washington, D.C., and now Miami. In the Reno incident earlier this week, the controller slept through a medical emergency.
Got a pretty sick case and we may just have to land.
This afternoon, the FAA announced that new rules will go into effect within the next 3 days, prohibiting work schedules that are most likely to result in air traffic controller fatigue. Experts say controllers are often required to work day and night shifts in the same week, making it hard to get enough sleep. Secretary of Transportation Ray LaHood has promised to get to the bottom of it.
We're not sitting around trying to just make excuses. We've stepped up, we've added more staff, and I believe personally that this is an outrageous situation that will not stand on my watch.
In their defense, FAA officials say they're the ones reporting the sleeping controllers and they're not trying to hide anything. But they admit they've long known about the problem of air traffic controller fatigue. For more than a year, they've been working with the controllers union to try to find a solution.
Prior to this morning's shift at the air traffic facility in Miami, all of the controllers were given a briefing on professionalism, and it might have had an effect. The controller who fell asleep was turned in by a fellow controller. Russ?
Chip Reed in Washington. Thanks a lot. It is a big weekend for some men and women who may or may not want to run for president next year. The Tea Party is holding rallies across the country, and some big names are coming out to test the waters. Cynthia Bowers has the story.
Sarah Palin braved the snow and a vocal crowd. A core group of Tea Partiers surrounded by a larger pro-union group at a rally in Madison today.
These are the front lines in the battle for the future of our country.
Ground zero in what's become a national debate over public unions' rights versus taxpayers' rights.
Madison, you held your ground. Your governor did the right thing.
2 months ago, this capital drew tens of thousands of protesters to fight Governor Scott Walker's call to limit state workers' power to collective bargaining. Tea Party member John Pridgick says what happened in Wisconsin is a wake-up call for the rest of the nation.
The government needs to go on a diet, and it starts here with grassroots efforts.
Tea Party rallies around the country marking the movement's 2-year anniversary attracted the faithful, but also offered a platform for potential 2012 GOP presidential contenders. Minnesota's former Governor Tim Pawlenty was in Iowa, site of the first caucus. Real estate mogul turned reality star Donald Trump was in Boca Raton.
All I want to do is see this guy's birth certificate.
Although the state of Hawaii continues to insist President Obama was born there. Over a matter of just 3 years, a movement begun to protest high taxes has become the most polarizing and powerful political movement in decades, one that provides a stage for Sarah Palin.
The 2012 election begins here.
Even though Sarah Palin has not announced any intentions of a presidential run, she took on the current president with gusto today and seems to be more than ready to be a player in that presidential process. Russ?
Cynthia Bowers in Madison, Wisconsin tonight. Thanks, Cynthia. In the battle for Libya, Muammar Gaddafi's forces are pounding the city of Misrata, the last rebel stronghold in the west. Evidence is mounting that the Libyan government is using cluster bombs, which are banned by a treaty signed by 107 countries, though not by the U.S., Russia, and China. Kim Sen-Gupta of the British newspaper The Independent is in Misrata tonight.
The whole of Mistara is basically a battleground. The firing that's been coming in here has been pretty random. The house I stayed in 2 nights ago got blown up. The revolutionary fighters here are a different caliber of a far tougher, resilient cut, and the advantage of fighting on their home turf. This is street fighting on their own terms, in their own city, and they have been pretty successful in carrying out ambushes of the Gaddafi troops.
This is, we call it how?
We were shown the cluster ammunition a few days ago. I did visit some children in the hospital who have picked these things up and have been injured. And the hospitals here are running out of almost everything. The main hospital, for example, has got only 10% of ventilators they need. The others have shortage of things like painkillers. They have fought off the best that Gaddafi could throw at them for the best part of 7 weeks now. And unlike any other place in Libya, this has been going on every day, almost every hour. I think the top priority at the moment is for NATO to carry out more airstrikes. And having said that, they are at pains to thank the Western nations taking part in the operation. They point out that without the Western airstrikes, Misrata would have fallen.
And again, that was Kim Sen-Gupta of The Independent. Still ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, meet the Senate's Gang of Six trying to build bridges on the budget.
Ready for the most amazing Miracle-Gro results ever? Spectacular plants without all the weeds. With Miracle-Gro Shake and Feed Plus Weed Preventer. Just a few shakes stops weeds before they start. Plants grow twice as big with almost no weeds, even in your vegetable garden. Want 3 months of feeding without all the weeding? All you need is Shake and Feed Plus Weed Preventer.
My back.
Do you have something for pain? Oh, Bear aspirin. Oh, no. I'm not having a heart attack. It's my back.
Trust me, it works great for pain.
Nothing's proven to relieve pain better than extra-strength Bear aspirin. It rushes relief to the site of pain, no matter where you're hurting.
Feel better?
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
For powerful pain relief, use Bear aspirin.
You can turn ordinary chicken into luscious, delicious, and scrumptious with recipes from CampbellsKitchen.com and Campbell's Cream of Chicken Soup. Campbell's, it's amazing what soup can do.
Before Allegra, my allergies forced me to run indoors. After Allegra, I run where I want.
Only Allegra combines fast, non-drowsy, 24-hour relief with the power to relieve your toughest symptoms. Proven effective even at 8 times high pollen levels.
After Allegra, I have it all.
My name is Robin, and I was a pack-a-day smoker for 25 years. I do remember sitting down with my boys, but I'm like, oh, promise, Mommy, you'll never, ever pick up a cigarette. I had to quit. My doctor gave me a prescription for Chantix, a medication I could take and still smoke while it built up in my system.
Chantix is a non-nicotine pill proven to help people quit smoking. It reduces the urge to smoke. Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. If you notice any of these symptoms or behaviors, stop taking Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of depression or other mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop serious allergic or skin reactions, stop taking Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some of these can be life-threatening. Dosing may be different if you have kidney problems. Until you know how Chantix affects you, use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
My Benjamin, he helped me with the countdown. 5 days, Mom. 10 days, Mom. I think after 30 days, he got tired of counting.
Talk to your doctor to find out if Chantix is right for you. Learn about the Chantix Challenge. Chantix may not work for everyone. If you aren't quit after 12 weeks, we'll refund your cost of trying it. Learn more at Chantix.com.
Paul Allen left Microsoft with nothing but $40 billion in stock. So why is he so mad at his co-founder, Bill Gates? The surprising answer Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Congress has begun its Easter recess, one day after House passage of the Republican plan for cutting the fiscal 2012 budget. The Democrats have said it's a non-starter in the Senate, but a small group of senators has been quietly working to find middle ground. Whit Johnson introduces us to the Gang of Six.
The bitter divide over how to fix America's finances just keeps getting wider.
We have to use a scalpel and not a machete to reduce the deficit.
Rather than building bridges, he's poisoning wells.
But working quietly behind the scenes is a group of senators known as the Gang of Six. 3 Democrats, Senators Mark Warner, Dick Durbin, and Kent Conrad, and 3 Republicans, Senators Saxby Chambliss, Tom Coburn, and Mike Crapo. They're doing something almost unheard of in today's hyper-partisan Washington, working together on tackling the nation's ballooning debt, now ticking closer to its $14.3 trillion limit.
Well, when we started this, we were kind of viewed as the odd guys out that nobody gave much chance to.
This odd couple, Democratic Senator Mark Warner, Virginia, and Republican Senator Saxby Chambliss of Georgia, started the gang 4 months ago.
I've got 2 children and 5 grandchildren. Should we leave them a $14 trillion debt? My firm answer is no.
When they're not meeting in private, they're jointly hosting town halls across the country, hoping to get the business community on board.
It's so critically important for us to get this issue under control now.
To avoid political mudslinging, they remain tight-lipped about what their proposals might be, but do say they'll pick up where a bipartisan fiscal commission left off last December. That group recommended cutting $4 trillion over the next decade, in part by raising the retirement age, reducing Medicare benefits for the wealthy, and reforming the tax code by eliminating popular loopholes. Tough to swallow for both parties.
How do you sell this? We got to check our Democrat hats and Republican hats at the door and put on that American hat first.
Warner and Chambliss call it shared sacrifice, meaning Republicans take a closer look at raising taxes.
Is that on the table? It's got to be. But what we hope is that it will be revenue neutral.
And Democrats loosen their grip on entitlement programs.
Everybody's going to have some skin in the game. Everybody's ox is going to get gored a little bit on this.
The Gang of Six could unveil its plan as early as May, but time is running out. Both sides agree the closer we get to the 2012 election, the tougher it will be to get a deal. Whit Johnson, CBS News, Washington.
A programming note now. Senator Mark Warner will be one of Bob Schieffer's guests tomorrow morning on Face the Nation. Cuba today marked the 50th anniversary of the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, which took place on the island's southern coast. Troops marched in Havana to celebrate what has been considered by Cubans to be a major victory, the defeat of a force made up by Cuban exiles backed by the United States. And just ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, why military veterans with brain injuries are having a hard time getting therapy.
Hi, Dad. We need to talk.
This intervention brought to you by Niaspan.
No, it's not about boys. It's about you. Mom and I are worried about your health. Yes, you're exercising, eating right, but the doctor said it's not enough. He's concerned about the plaque clogging your arteries. The doctor said you have coronary artery disease. He even told you about adding a cholesterol medicine that may help. Niaspan. And you've done what? Nothing.
If you have high cholesterol and coronary artery disease and diet and exercise are not enough, Niaspan, along with diet and a bile acid binding resin, is FDA approved not only to slow down plaque buildup, but to actually help clear some of it away.
Dad, you have always taught me to push myself. Now it's time for me to push you.
Niaspan is not for everyone. Like people with stomach ulcers, liver, or serious bleeding problems, severe liver damage can occur when switching to Niaspan from immediate-release niacin. Blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you have muscle pain or weakness. This could be a sign of serious side effects. This risk can increase with statin use. Tell your doctor about alcohol use if you ever had gout or are diabetic and experience increases in blood sugar. Flushing, a common side effect, is warmth, redness, itching, or tingling of the skin.
Oops, I gotta go.
Ask your doctor about adding Niaspan. Fight back. Fight plaque.
Love you, Daddy.
I know what you're thinking. Leather-trimmed command center. Almost 300 horsepower. Infinity surround sound. Seating for 7. Wait, this is a minivan? Makes you almost want to have kids. Almost. The new 2011 Dodge Grand Caravan.
Get the new 2011 Grand Caravan starting at $24,830. Plus, current owners get an additional $1,000 bonus cash.
My cream is what makes Stouffer's fettuccine alfredo so delicious.
My peppers and broccoli, they really make the dish.
Cream is really what makes it.
I think you'll find it's the vegetables, the crunch, the texture.
Deliciously rich.
Delicious.
Fantastic.
Flavorful. Hey, maybe we could
work together.
Introducing new Stouffer's Farmer's Harvest. Now, classics like grilled chicken fettuccine alfredo come with sides of farm-picked vegetables, lightly sautéed with herbs and olive oil, and no preservatives. Find more ways to get to the table at letsfixdinner.com.
In Afghanistan, a Taliban suicide bomber wearing an army uniform killed 10 people today, including 5 NATO soldiers. The wars in Afghanistan and Iraq have left more than 200,000 U.S. combat veterans diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. Most have mild or moderate cases, and for them, finding treatment can be a struggle. Mark Strassman has more.
In this awful moment, James Sperry's life changed. In Fallujah, Iraq, grenade shrapnel tore into his head and chest. The then 20-year-old Marine nearly died. 7 years later, Sperry's still fighting. This time, constant migraines and dizzy spells. He has the Iraq War's signature wound, traumatic brain injury.
I lose vision in my left eye, and then like my vision is coming on right now, and if you see my eyes, they do this and they shake non-stop.
Sunglasses ease his light sensitivity, but not his chronic pain. He has trouble thinking, talking, remembering.
I'd go to bed, I'd wake up the next day, and then I wouldn't remember the day before.
So you tried to get help?
I went to the doctors, and one episode I spent 30 days in a mental hospital because I just couldn't take it. I was breaking down.
But no one answered his pleas for cognitive brain rehabilitation, therapy to help injured brains function.
My role as the chief medical officer is to make sure that our service members are getting the best care that they can get.
Warren Lockett's in charge of TRICARE, the military's health insurance. TRICARE does not cover most cognitive care, calling it not supported by reliable scientific evidence.
There are pockets of techniques that have been demonstrated to be effective, but we really can't say cognitive rehabilitation therapy is effective when it stands alone.
But advocates say that policy, along with poor screening procedures, leaves nearly 400,000 vets with limited options. The vast majority of them get no meaningful treatment. It's specialized care that's hard to find, harder to fund. But here at Atlanta's Shepherd Center, a few vets do get the help they need. A very lucky few.
Everybody come through here is better, tons better than what they show up.
It's called the SHARE Initiative, a 4-month regimen of physical and mental services, weekly recreational therapy like horse riding, designed to relax the brain and ease anxiety. So far, Shepherd's treated more than 200 soldiers. Dr. Darrell Kalin runs the program.
Any doubt in your mind that in places like this, it works?
It absolutely works.
This report by a panel of 50 brain experts convened by the Pentagon agrees and recommends TRICARE fully cover cognitive treatment. Still, Kalin says the military is unconvinced.
They don't yet believe that treating somebody with thinking difficulty can make them better. And in fact, we know that it can.
The real issue, money. Shepherd's program costs about $50,000 per soldier. Without donations, this program would not exist.
These kids get screwed royally.
Billionaire Bernie Marcus co-founded Home Depot. He got so angry by the lack of treatment, he donated nearly $2 million to fund the Shepherd's efforts.
You read about all the bridge to nowhere. My God, how we throw money away. Why not for these kids?
What sort of difference do you see in yourself?
This is the first time in 5 years I've actually had hope for the future.
It's hope vets like Sperry deserve, but thousands of them live with their private torment and a future as clouded as ever. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
I've had asthma for 11 years.
But my symptoms kept coming back.
Kept coming back.
Then I found out Advair helps prevent symptoms from happening in the first place.
Advair is for asthma that's not well controlled on a long-term asthma medicine, such as an inhaled corticosteroid. Advair will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. Advair contains salmeterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Advair is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Advair without loss of control and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, such as an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Advair more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Is Advair right for you?
Ask your doctor. Get your first prescription free.
Advair helps prevent symptoms.
Dad? It's time. You'd be a really nice catch for somebody. Please?
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray hair, and can start something great.
Yes!
Just for Men.
Everything is better with Swanson broth in it, an essential ingredient in any kitchen. Swanson 100% natural chicken broth.
Millions of men 45 and older just don't feel like they used to. Are you one of them? Remember when you had more energy for 18 holes with your buddies? More passion for the one you love? More fun with your family and friends? It could be a treatable condition called low testosterone or low T.
Come on, stop living in the shadows. You've got a life to live.
So don't blame it on aging. Talk to your doctor and go to isitlowt.com to find out more.
Every day, thousands of people are choosing Advil. Here's one story.
I'm Keith Baraka, and I'm a firefighter. It's an honor to be a firefighter. My job involves life or death situations, and it's very physically demanding. And if I'm sore, I have a headache, I'm not at my best. I've tried store brands. Advil just works for me. Advil's my go-to. It's my #1 pain reliever.
Make the switch. Take action. Take Advil.
And finally this evening, if you have not received your invitation by now, you are probably out of luck. But several folks in one English village have, and they're feeling on top of the world. Barry Peterson has the latest on the preps for the royal wedding.
Britain is practicing its pomp for a princess-to-be who comes from a rather unroyal circumstance. The small village of Bucklebury, population about 2,000, where old family friends are invited to the big do, like the landlord at the Old Boot Pub.
I just hope I'm close enough to see it. I hope I'm in the front pews. I don't want to be right at the back.
And the village butcher will be there, a wedding cheerleader.
And I think it'll bring a smile on everybody's face in Britain and happiness around the world.
So will the local postman, so anxious to hide from the prying press that it was a journalistic coup when we got his picture. Detractors say the British monarchy lost its power a while ago, that these days it's just about show. If so, the show here at Westminster Abbey is expecting great ratings. As many as 2 billion may tune in for the royal wedding. It's regal, but Kate seems as nervous as any bride to be, as all can see. A diet fueled by jitters has shrunk her from a size 10 to a 4.
Guys, you are clearing for the shots, please.
Prince William is getting no royal treatment. He had to stay on duty as a Royal Air Force search and rescue pilot. So like many a groom, he could use work as an excuse to skip the wedding rehearsal yesterday at Westminster Abbey. Brother Prince Harry had to stand in. And the spoofing has started. This is a TV ad for a mobile phone company. Don't expect the real wedding to look anything like this, or in truth, to be anywhere near this much fun. Barry Peterson, CBS News, London.
And that is the CBS Evening News. I'm Russ Mitchell in New York. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.
You can carry a lot in a box. Your stories, your victories, your reputation. Ram Box. Lockable, sealable, durable. Only in a Ram truck. Ram.
Now with your trade-in, get up to $65.60 in total values on Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn Edition with Ram Box.
Thank you for making News Channel 5 #1 in every single newscast.
Her case sparked national attention. Now the search intensifies for a woman who vanished into the woods. Also, folks watch as their very own homes were demolished. And tonight, why it's a welcome sight. And the local church has now discovered a unique way to ease the pain at the pump.
And our average high up around 70 this time of the year. We're right now in Murfreesboro, only in the 40s, and it's been that way much of the day. When will we